Hey guys, it's Frank and Kevin
from Cruising with Wheels.
Today we have another exciting episode of our Q&A.
We want you to send us your questions. You can find our contact information at the end of this video on what's called the end card. That's where they can hit that subscribe button. Right?
And we're doing Q&As twice a month on Thursdays, every other Thursday.
And you also can find our contact information in the description below. Now, Marie had a question, and it was about RCCL. Okay. Now, RCCL's Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. The lingo on the internet, usually they abbreviate Royal into RCCL or RCL.
Right.
And what did she ask
Well,
us?
she says, I think there will be 2 elegant nights on our 7-day cruise, and they'll be packing some elegant clothes.
Oh, no, I think she's asking about our cruise for Bermuda.
Oh, our Bermuda
yes,
that we booked in 2020 June.
It was specific. You kind of editorialized this, but she specifically said on your 7-day Bermuda cruise, there'll probably be 2 elegant nights, she thought.
Oh, yeah. Will we be bringing elegant clothes like suits?
And can we do a packing video on it?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
If we were bringing clothes.
We have noticed on Carnival that the Your Time diners don't dress up. And so the answer was, A, we will not be bringing dress clothing, suits, elegant.
Also into that, we're on a 5-day. We're not on a 7-day. So, most people assume we're taking a 7-day because that's usually what we take.
It'll be 1 elegant night for us.
1 elegant night on a 5-day, 2 elegant nights on a 7-day, and anything longer than that is usually 3, but sometimes it could be 4.
Yeah. And no, we stopped dressing up a bit ago. I think we did 2013.
We stopped in 2014, maybe?
Yeah, and we're like, you know what?
No, we stopped in 2015, I think.
We're like, you know what? We're not going to bring the suits and the ties and the dress shirts. I've spent 40 years of my retail career in a suit and tie.
And I don't want to work that hard on a cruise.
And the last thing I want to do on my vacation is to get in a suit and tie. So we love the casual freestyle cruising, casual clothes. And
now, secondary to that is that formal wear can be a bit bulky, and we have more things than the average cruiser to bring along with us, so that we can make our vlogs the best that they can possibly be for all of you. So I have like a whole bag, a whole suitcase that's dedicated to cameras and microphones and lighting and tripods, electronics.
Yes, and the checked bags, because it has to be large enough to accommodate. We have kind of 2 types of tripods. The stick and then the standard one. So
we felt that it's a better idea not to bring extra things that we really don't need to bring. And as a side thing, in reference to your Carnival Your Time diners, because you had said that you've noticed that Carnival Your Time diners really don't dress up. We feel like the cruise line, and it's not even a feeling, we know, more and more of the cruise lines are now getting into more of the casual atmosphere, and they give you the option.
And you've noticed on other cruise lines like Celebrity and whatever, they've gone from a strict dress to what they call
smart casual.
Smart casual. In other words, casual, but a little nicer. So even the terminology and the expectation of formal has changed. But there are people, they love to get dressed up. And if you're one of them and you're dying to wear your dressy dress, a gown, a tuxedo, the suit,
then do it.
And do it. And get your picture taken, and that's awesome. But yeah, I think you're going to find that generally speaking across the cruise industry. In life in general, things are becoming, back in the 50s, you got on that plane in a dress and the suit and the tie and your kid was all dressed up. But that isn't the way it is anymore.
And I want to say something.
The 60s broke that mold.
I want to say something about formal dress and casual dress in reference to formal nights, okay? So I want people to kind of rethink things, because we've been in situations where, they haven't said it to us, but I've seen people that are all dressed to the nines and it's a formal night. And the cruise line that we were on was NCL, and it was considered formal. Their formal night's called formal or not.
Right.
Which means you can wear shorts and t-shirt. Well, not really. You have to have a collar shirt.
Yeah,
but
we were in a shirt and khakis.
Formal people, a few people that were dressed went, they can't even get dressed for formal night.
It's not required.
I want you to think about that and rethink that, because people that are dressed casually are there to enjoy the evening and shouldn't be relegated to the buffet, just like the same goes for the casual people that are going, I can't believe that they brought all that stuff and got all dressed up. Your vacation should be what you want it to be and how you want it to be, and make it look how you want it to be, and experience.
And don't put your views or whatever on other people and your expectations on others. They want to be casual, you don't. To each his own.
So I'll get off my pedestal. Let's see what Kelly said, because Kelly's the next person that wrote us.
Yep. Now Kelly says, my husband and I have been binge watching your Q&A videos this afternoon. Awesome! We have another one. We just love them. Dear hubby, DH that is in a wheelchair, and all the information is wonderfully helpful. You both appear to be very down-to-earth, honest, knowledgeable, and a joy to watch. Thank you, Kelly. Even us able-legged people can learn so much from you. Thank you for all the great work you do. They're cruising in November on the NCL Gem from Boston.
Yay, our favorite Gem.
Woohoo! Having cruised on the NCL Dawn, we know the Gem is not wheelchair accessible. Do you know if the Gem is accessible on the Gem?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to you, Kelly, for specifying that your DH is for Dear Hubby, because generally in the chat rooms that I've seen, DH stands for Dumb Husband. And we always thought, God, why do they keep calling their husband dumb?
You're a good girl, Kelly.
So that was first and foremost. Secondly, if you've been on the Dawn, you're going to love the Gem. I know there was a lot of pushback when the Gem left New York City.
There was a lot of crying.
And a lot of pushback when the Dawn left its home port. But the Dawn actually, I don't know if you know this, but the Dawn is coming to New York City.
Oh, wow.
To home port, I believe. I think that's what I read. And so I'm excited about that.
I'm telling you, those New Yorkers up in arms.
Well, the Dawn and the Gem are very, very similar.
We have been on the Gem twice. And you've done the tour, obviously.
Well, I've toured around, and I haven't done there's no official tour.
But I mean, you're running around the ship.
And I was trying when we answered this to remember the Gem. And I believe you take the elevator up to the deck, you get off the elevator, and it's right there. So I believe that the Gem is accessible to get to. But as I recall, the machines are very tight on how they're, placed, and the equipment and all that. So my answer is going to be, I just don't know, because the other
We're not exactly up at like 6 a.m. running to the gym and exercising.
Right. And the other thing is that these ships get renovated and redone, but also when they go through their major cleaning, I know in the Gem, like the first time we were on the Gem versus the second time. And the second time we were on the Gem, everything in the gym area was completely different located than it was the first time. So I believe when they do like their major cleanings and renovations, they move everything. So I don't know, but I know you can get to that gym with the wheelchair. But you were saying what she should do, because it's for her dear hubby, is to scope it out first,
absolutely.
right?
You're gonna have to do some reconnaissance.
I generally
get
do
out
that.
there and scope it out like Kevin would do for me.
For her friend,
and get out there and say, can I get him through here? Is he able to, get out of his wheelchair and get on this machine or that machine or whatever, and be able to do whatever workout you want? So you're going to be the scout.
Now our next question comes from Lori, and she wrote us and said, my name is Lori. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Lori.
Was just watching the replay of the live log and was wondering if you could do a vlog when you're boarding the Escape in September of the port. As a first timer, I'm very curious about getting to the port, where we get dropped off and picked up. If family members are allowed to park and stay in the waiting area to say goodbye. And she writes that she's been watching 3 channels on YouTube. So here we go. We're going to give a few shout outs for you.
That's right.
She watches Cruising with Wheels.
Yay.
EECC Travels. And Cruising with Ben and David, our friends from across the pond.
Love them.
To learn so much about cruising, but no one ever does vlogs of the ports. Yes, I know the port is very boring to most viewers, but it's a possible learning experience for first timers like her. She says that she's leaving on the Gem in December out of New York, and she can't wait, but she's looking to learn more.
Yes, and there's specific reasons why you don't see videos on port terminals.
Right. So, and I wanted to ask her a question too. So, Lori, if you're watching this, I would like to know, or if anybody knows, what TIA stands for, because she signed a TIA. So, that I'd like to know.
Okay.
And we'll get into her answer right now.
Okay. Well, now, we usually, it depends whether we're coming from a hotel or coming from the airport flying in, but, we're in the car.
Right.
And we arrive at the port terminal. And again, when you get there, you have to remember there are thousands of people getting off the last cruise while thousands of people are arriving for the new cruise. So very crazy, very hectic.
Right. So that the first reason why we do not film at the port area is this is what happens. Okay? I'm going to give them a brief rundown. So Frank and I get out. Frank stays in the car at the port terminal, and I have to get out his wheelchair, the baggage, and get him in a chair, throw the bags to the porters because they're ready to take it and they want to take stuff, and I'm so frantic about and worried about, I need that bag because it's got electronics, that bag because it's got medication, this old bag.
Give me my bag. It's a laptop and all my snacks.
No, I was saying this old bag is in
you. I'm the old bag. Whoa. Oh, slam.
And then we hustle right into the terminal.
Nobody's got time to be like getting out a cell phone or video camera amidst thousands of people in total chaos.
Right. So that's the first reason. Now the second reason is
we get to the port terminal doors, and what happens?
Well, once you get to that port terminal doors, there is no more filming or photography allowed.
That's right.
And you could get in big trouble. I mean, I've got yelled at by trying to do it.
It is very similar to TSA security at the airport. You are there. They have the conveyor belt, the arches. You have to be security screened. He has to walk through. I have to be patted down, just like at the airport. And you have to show them. Didn't we have to show them our cruise tickets and IDs to get in? Mm-hmm. So the fact that you're asking, can my family park and come in with me? No, just like.
And I'm going to tell you right now, in New York City, it's going to cost your family a fortune to park.
Yeah.
And it's not worth it. Say your goodbyes
Just-
before you even get to that terminal because you're going to be flying right out.
It's just like at the airport. Your family can no longer go to the gate and wait for you. Through security, needs to see your passport, your ID, your tickets, whatever.
And I don't
think it's over.
I don't think they ever did allow it because I think, and she's thinking of like everybody thinks back to the Love Boat, and people used to get on the ship to say goodbye, and then they get off. That never happened.
No.
It never ever happened.
Yeah. So
not in my day, anyways, and I don't think in your day.
So
either.
So after you get to through the arches and security and the pat down, and you're directed. Usually to the upper levels, we grab the elevator.
Well, before we go,
oh my God.
Yeah, maybe you were saying that in some ports we go in on one level and then we have to go up to do the check-in on the next level. But in New York City, it's not. It's all in one level.
Love you, New York.
The port. Once you go up to that check-in desk, we can't film there either. Because the cruise lines all do things a little bit differently, just a little bit, and they don't want other cruise lines to see what they're doing. I'm sure they have their reasons.
Yeah. But once we've checked in and we've got our ship card, they've taken our picture, we handed them our documents, and we're all set. And we're like, okay, to the waiting area, wherever that may be. We get up there and we're like, oh, we're finally here. And we're just now going to wait for them to say it's time to board. Now that's when Kevin will get out his cell phone and we'll do a little video and say, oh, we're finally here in the waiting area. Oh, look, they got some food over there. Oh, wow, it's really crowded. But that's about it.
Yeah.
And then the only other time is Kevin might film them pushing me up the ramp to the actual cruise ship. But once you're on the ship, we're filming like crazy. Mm-hmm. But port terminal.
And I think for a first-time cruiser, they don't realize how hectic that day is and how fast things move along. Even if in the moment, like we're standing there going, oh my God, I can't believe we're standing in this line so long. Yeah. But it really isn't, because it's like you're in the line, then they show the person at the security podium, and every step I don't
want to say that you're cattle being moved through the corral.
Pretty much are.
But you are. Again, thousands of people are leaving and arriving. It's crazy hectic.
So our next question comes from Gina, and she wrote, hi everyone. Hi Gina.
Hi Gina.
She has a strange question. But here goes.
Whoa.
Her husband and her I'm trying to paraphrase
if you just read what it says,
my husband and I, but I didn't want them to think that it was me and you. She wrote, my husband and I would like to take their first cruise next year. Would like to book soon, and her son may be coming too.
Maybe.
Can they add him later after they book? And he would be in the same cabin. First of all, I want to thank Gina for being very specific and giving us all the information that we need.
Yeah, good question.
Good question, and thank you for including all the information.
Gina and her husband have booked a cruise, got the reservation numbers. They are all set.
Well, they haven't booked one yet. They're looking for cruises to book.
Well, when you do, Gina, make sure that there is a third spot in that cabin to accommodate your son for sleeping. Right. Whether it's a drop-down bunk, whether it's a pull-out couch, that there is a spot, because not all cabins have them.
So that is the most important thing that you need to do. I wouldn't hesitate booking your cruise. I think you said that you were looking for March. And like Frank said, the most important is that cabin. Make sure it can accommodate 3 to 4 guests.
Right.
And when you call to book this, and I want you to call, I don't want you to just book this online.
Right. No, online. Actually, contact whoever you deal with, the cruise line consultant, your own personal travel agent, on the phone, explain, make sure the cabin accommodates that third or fourth person, and make sure they understand that at this point when you're booking, you're not sure your son's coming, but you may decide before the cruise, and I'm not sure because there's all about that final payment.
Right. It's going to depend on the cruise line,
right,
whether or not they will allow you to add that third guest. But that's why he wants you to ask the questions. You have to ask those hard questions.
That's right.
Now, we can't foresee them saying, no, you can't
I
add a third
can't imagine
person.
that they would say. I would imagine that you would be able to add a third person before your final payment. Adjustments can be made. We know that in certain instances, people can change names. That maybe the husband isn't going to go.
In certain instances,
it depends on the cruise line, the time frame before you set sail, that names can be changed. The husband isn't going and the son is taking his place as the second person. So things happen.
Now, I just thought of something, though, because the only thing that I would ask Gina is if your son decides that he doesn't want to go, does that mean that you two aren't going to go? Because if that's the case, then you better have travel insurance and it better cover cancellations for any reason.
Right.
Because I wouldn't book something.
Right. So if you're in a scenario,
it depends on the scenario
where it's iffy. No, right now he doesn't want to go. Yes, a month later he decided he does want to go. And now all of a sudden at the last minute he's like, I'm not going because of this and that. And then you're like, oh, you know what? Forget it. We're canceling the whole cruise. You better make sure you have insurance.
And check your cruise contracts for cancellation and ask that question before you even book, I would say. Now the next question comes from Donna. And what did Donna say?
Well, again, it's another wardrobe question. It's another dress-up question.
It's not a malfunction, right?
No, there's no wardrobe malfunction going on. But Donna, again, because people are so concerned in terms of where I'm going, what clothes should I bring, how much should I pack, what types of clothes. How dressed up does everyone really get for dinner? We love to do formal nights, but we see a lot of people don't dress up. Is this a thing of the past? Where has the love boat gone?
Well,
people are concerned about this.
And the thing is, that's a difficult question to answer. How dressed up do people get? Because we've been on cruises where people are dressed to the nines, and we're the only two schlubs.
We're not the only two schlubs.
No, really. I mean, we've been on cruises where on formal or not night, the whole ship is dressed up to the nines, and we're in our regular casual clothes. That being said, we look nice.
Oh, yeah.
But we've been on cruises where we've only seen 2 or 3 couples dressed up for formal or not night.
And then again, I think it also that depends on where you're cruising. Because when I was on my 2-week Mediterranean cruise in Europe, I was on the Costa Europa, dinner was required formal. Required. Every night at dinner, we had to be in suits and ties, and the women were in dresses and gowns and jewels and tiaras. I mean, you should have seen it. But I mean, I brought 3 suits with me on that cruise, and of course, different dress shirts and ties. So it depends, and I think Europe is more formal than maybe it is over on our side. But it depends on the cruise.
Right, and I also think that when you cruised back then, it was a different cruise industry.
2006,
that was a while ago.
2007.
I mean, that was many years ago, and I feel like all the cruise lines, don't you feel like all the cruise lines are shifting to more casual? It may be that in Europe, and maybe one day he'll let me find out. And I know that in Europe, most things are a little more formal. But I've been watching like Ben and David. Hi Ben, hi David.
I love you.
And when they go on their cruises, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of formality. But then again, they're on mostly NCL.
Freestyle cruising.
So I don't know.
So when you get to maybe the Costa lines.
The Cunard.
Yes.
Viking, definitely.
Yes, again, more formal than we're used to over here on the Carnival, the NCL, the Royal, the Celebrity, the Princess.
And Alaska was a little more formal on formal nights.
Right, because it wasn't that hot Caribbean cruise.
Right.
It was more
I wonder how it's going
weather.
to be on the New England Canada
right,
cruise.
right. I can anticipate a September New England, Canada, where maybe, depending on the weather, because you just don't know how warm it's going to stay through September or whether it's going to get a little cooler. Because when people are out of the shorts and into the long pants, people tend to get a little bit more dressier than they would in the warmer weather. I know I do.
So basically, how would we say if we shortened our answer up? Our answer would be it would depend on where you're going, and it would depend from cruise to cruise.
Right.
So we can't tell you.
Who's to say? We don't know.
Right.
So, thank you for joining us in today's latest episode of Q&A.
Until next time, remember,
Travel safe.
and cruise often.